Hey, what's going on there, guys? Nick here from Absolute MTG, and I'm back with another unboxing video for you guys. So today we have another box of Magic Origins that we're going to be opening on up. It's been quite some time since we've opened up a box of Origins. It's been like the set release, and Battle for Zendikar is about to be out, at least at the time of this recording right now. And yeah, I figured it would be a great time to just kind of sit down, open up another box, just kind of look for the rares and the mythics and whatnot. And just kind of address the cards that are good out of the set and aren't, which most of you know by now. But overall, I just wanted to crack packs. Wanted to open up some more boxes. So we'll see what we get. The foil lottery is always pretty sweet with these types of packs. So YuGiOh to start off. Not entirely sure if these cards are going to go up. We also have a tutelage as well. Not sure if the Painlands will actually go up very much, just because they were in the previous core set as well. And with their reprint, they dipped down as low as like $2, $1 a piece, really. They were relatively low. We have Goblin Pile Driver. Even Pile Drivers have gone down in price. I feel like Goblin Pile Driver will actually go up more, or at least a little bit more over time. Whenever Magic Origins isn't being opened as much, it seems to be a card that will just go up. Not really seeing a whole lot of presence in Standard right now. Knight of the White Orchid. Another cool reprint that we had out of the set. But Pile Driver's not really seeing a whole lot of Standard play, not really a whole lot of Modern play either in Goblins, as much as people would have thought whenever they saw Pile Driver. However, I think there's still room for the possibility of that card being insanely playable. Like, just an outstanding amount of play on it, as opposed to the amount of play it's seeing right now. We have Dwynen, Gilt-Leaf Dane. Sweet for you tribal elf players out there. Even Knight of the White Orchid's not bad either. It's a very, very good on turn 2 play for white aggro decks. Gather the Pack's another sweet uncommon. And Sigil of the Empty Throne. Not sure how much enchantment stuff we'll have. We're obviously losing like Eidolon of Blossoms and Courser of Kruphix. Herald of the Pantheon's really sweet, and so is Sigil of the Empty Throne, but not entirely sure how much actual and playable enchantments we have in the format after the rotation actually happens. Jace's Sanctum and a foil Fiery Impulse. That's very cool. Just make a million different piles to try to sort all of this stuff out. We'll put these up here, I guess. Basically just doing the same thing I would do if I open up boxes off camera. We have another foil in here, which is sweet. We have Infinite Obliteration as our rare, and a foil Scab Goliath. Nothing too impressive, but foil nonetheless. I know a lot of people that will strip their foils down with acetone and use them as tokens, or they'll print over them for tokens. Some people make proxies with them, and they're pretty good at it, but I don't feel very comfortable with that. Dwynen's Elites is an uncommon. Harbinger of the Tides, which is seeing a whole hell of a lot of play. And foil Helm of the Gods. Not the rare that we want to see in foil, but it's a foil rare nonetheless. So we have our Harbinger. Harbinger is great. Swift Reckoning is another good uncommon to pull aside. Yeah, Harbinger is seeing a lot of Merfolk play. That's another one of those cards that I feel like will just go up in value over time whenever people just don't open this set. Whenever the set's out of print, people just aren't opening it anymore. Chief of the Foundry, Gaia's Revenge, 8/5/4/7, can't be countered haste, and can't be targeted by non-green spells or abilities from non-green sources. Very, very interesting. It's interesting that they chose to reprint this card as a rare and not a mythic. But then again, I guess they have different standards for what they want to print as mythics each time around for core sets. Like, our mythics this time around are actually pretty good. Like, I think Avaricious Dragon's pretty insane. There we go. This is what we wanted to see. Jace Vern's Prodigy, 0-2 for 2. Loot, and if there are 5 or more cards in your graveyard after that loot, he flips on over to be the Jace Telepath Unbound, and he's a pseudo Snapcaster Mage. You can make bros smaller for the turn. He can allow you to Snapcaster back a card, and then I think the last one's what, Mill 5? Yeah, you get an emblem where whenever you cast the spell, target opponent puts a top 5 into their bin. Yeah, Jace is seeing a lot of play. Jace currently, at the time of this recording, and at the time that the video is being published, he is the most expensive card out of the set, so that's great. Kytheon's irregulars. And the last pack out of the first column here. Yeah, any box that you just get a Jace in there is just smooth sailing. That's what you want to pull out of these boxes. At least if you're going for just hard cash, that's what you want to pull. Another Knight of the White Orchid. Alright. So far, so good. Can't complain about it. Pile Driver, Harbinger, Jace. Even like Infinite Obliteration's really sweet. So, yeah, we're doing pretty well. And we still have 2 more columns to go, so that's just really, really good. Tainted Remedy. So for those of you guys that remember Tainted Cure, it's an enchantment now. Foil Yoke Dogs as well. And an emblem for Jace. Alright. Maybe we'll get to use that. I don't think I've ever ultimated a Jace. So we'll see. We'll see if we can change that in the short near future here. Whirler Rogue's another noteworthy pull for uncommons. Nissa Vastwood Seer. We're just rolling in the bucks here. Yeah, so Nissa is insane. So lets you search for a basic forest upon entry, and if you hit your 7th land drop with her out, she flips on over to where +1 you reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land, gets put into play. If it is a non-land card, you get to draw it. She can make a 4/4 legendary creature, which sucks that it's a legendary creature, but I guess for a 3-mana planeswalker, you can't really ask for much more. And what's the last one? Turn all of your bros into 6/6s. Yeah, what is it, 6 lands? Now I don't even remember. Up to 6 target lands and turn them into 6/6s and untap them. Caves of Koilos. So I can't remember what like the ratio is roughly, based on my experience with the Pain lands, but it seems like right around 4 or 3. Sometimes you'll get all 5 or just multiples of them, but 4 or 3 seems like the more safe number to guess. Soulblade Djinn. And we're going to have a lot of filler for limited in these boxes, so not every card can be a $20 or $30 gem. Goblin Glory Chaser, sweet. Despoiler of Souls. So, tempo card for mono black aggro-ish decks. We have Molten Vortex. So this card's really, really interesting to me. I don't like the fact that it's 1 red and discard a land, but I guess instead of it being Seismic Assault, which is triple red for the same effect, but it doesn't have pay 1 red for it, the drawback to this card is that instead of paying the triple red and you're just paying 1 red to put it down as an enchantment, you're paying more to actually use the activations. Exquisite Firecraft, another one of my favorite cards from this set. Deal that fine 4 damage to target creature or player for 3 at sorcery speed, but with Spell Mastery, it can't be countered by spells or abilities. Shaman of the Pack, and Orbs of Warding. So the, man, what's the name of that card for Innistrad? The Orb. Man, now I can't think of it. Card used to see so much play in Standard. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Somebody leave it down in the comments below. You know you know what card I'm talking about. For those of you guys that have played during Innistrad block, you know exactly what card I'm talking about. It's just 1 mana more. Witchbane Orb, there we go. If you put it down in the comments before I said it, good for you. Sphinx's Tutelage. I don't know why it is, but like certain cards, it just takes me a while to remember what the names of them are. Priest of the Blood Rites. Yeah, Witchbane Orb. Orbs of Warding is basically just a Witchbane Orb, but different-ish Witchbane Orb. And Land of War Wastes. Is that the first one? Yeah, I think that's the first one. That's our 3rd Pain land out of here. Disciple of the Ring and Foil Starfield of Nyx. Ooh, fancy. That actually looks amazing. That foil work is insane. Wow. Good for that. Yeah, that's actually really sweet. This is just actually beautiful. And the Disciple of the Ring that we got. So 2 mythics in 1 bag. That is nuts. Put that up there and this down here. And nothing out of the uncommons. Nothing that we care about too much. Yeah, God, that foil work is just gorgeous. I actually don't think I've ever seen a foil one in person, but man, that's just really awesome. Tragic Arrogance, which is actually seeing a whole lot more play now. The card's very good. Just making both you and your opponent sack down to your best creature, their worst creature, and same thing with enchantments, artifacts, and whatnot, and planeswalkers. So Hixus Prison Warden as our rare, and foil Erois' Champion. A lot of foils out of this box too, I might add. And nothing out of the uncommons. Yeah, so I can't complain about this box. This box was sweet. Any box that I get the Jason, I'm just fine with it. And we got a Nissa out of there as well, so that is awesome. Scab Clan Berserker. Haste Renowned 1. And whenever it's renowned, whenever your opponent casts a non-creature spell, they are going to take 2 damage. Or rather, the Scab Clan Berserker actually deals the damage to them, which is interesting wording in some cases. The Great Aurora. I could imagine this would be another really insanely sweet foil. However, this card, I guess out of EDH is not super playable. I could stand to be wrong in the future, like maybe towards the last week of this set being in rotation and actually being in standard or something like that. Somebody makes a deck with that and it's just busted and broken. But at the current time being, no, not so much. So Foil Reclaim and Ember Maw Hellion. And what do we have? Nothing out of the uncommons. Yeah, you guys can see over onto the side that the pile of commons and uncommons is actually just making a shadow. That is how highly stacked it is. Challenger's Ignition. What is this card? Huh. Interesting card. Interesting limited card, I guess. Not super standard playable, I don't think. Well, it's not even that I don't think. It's just not really super standard playable. There's no real discussion about it. Whirler Rogue and Herald of the Pantheon. There we go. More enchantment support here. I actually really like this guy. It's too bad that we don't have enough time to actually play enchantments with the set, but I don't know. Maybe we'll print some more stuff in future sets here that we'll be able to play in enchantment decks. Erebos' Titan, another mythic here. So the Erebos' Titan actually was one of my more favorite cards out of the set whenever the set came out. The card just looked really sweet, but unfortunately not seeing a whole lot of play. And our Great Merchant of Asphodel, hopefully if it gets reprinted, will be insane, but I really don't think that's going to happen. I really like this guy. He's super cheap right now too. He's pretty easy to pick up. I think he's only $4 or $5. As opposed to the 10 and upwards that he was whenever the set came out. Sword of the Animist. I feel like a lot of people actually ask me if this card's gonna go up. I really don't think so. This card's cool, but doesn't really do a whole lot. Like, yeah, it lets you search for a basic land, but outside of EDH, that's like not really amazing. It's not really the best investment of a slot in your deck. Nisa's Revelation. Cry 5. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, draw cards equal to its power and gain life equal to its toughness. Yep, that's a hell of a text box. But for 7 mana, that's insane. Mana Gorger Hydra. Huh. He does have Trample, too. And 2 more packs. So, almost done here. We'll throw the box off. So... we do have a foil out of this one. We have Guiltleaf Winnower as our rare, and a foil plains. So foil lands are always cool. Guiltleaf Winnower is also a super interesting card, given that it blows up a creature that doesn't have the same power and toughness. And what is our last rare? Can we leave off on a good note, or is it going to be a poop rare? Not really a poop rare, but also not the most amazing thing. Hallowed Moonlight. So instant speed, 2 cost. Until the end of the turn, if a creature would enter the battlefield and if it wasn't cast, exile it instead and draw a card. Super interesting tech for just trying to stop decks that are cheating stuff into play. I actually really like this card. This card seems really sweet for sideboard deck for like Modern. I don't know how impactful it is for Modern, but like it actually seems really good. Like if you're playing it against like Living End. So if they enter the battlefield, yeah, because they're coming in from exile, so you don't really even just care that they're coming from grave or wherever. If they're just cheating it into play, you just get to exile their creatures instead. I actually think this card's really cool. But yeah, that is the box opening that I have here for you guys today for Magic Origins. We pulled a lot of cool stuff. I'm not going to go through it. There's just a stack of things. We pulled a lot of cool stuff. Let me know down in the comments below what your guys' favorite thing about Magic Origins actually is, if anything, and I don't know, what you're excited for future sets, given the time that you're actually watching this video. For us right now, at the time of the recording, Battle for Zendikar is coming out, but in the future, if you're watching this way down the line, there's going to be another set that's going to be coming out. So what are you excited for that set, I guess? So leave it down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, peace out.